Yo guys, and welcome to today's video, which is gonna be a bit different than the usual video I wanna do on my channel. And this time it's gonna be a Warframe video. Maybe I'm gonna start playing Warframe a little while for my channel, doing just simply things, maybe some events, some activities here and there sometimes, yeah. So for the first Warframe video, I'm gonna showcase you my top Warframes that I'm using in the game, and also including the builds and anything else related to building your own character over here. Yeah, but I'll show you a bit of my companions, what kind of methods I'm using to play certain warframes and such. Maybe some of you play the same warframes a bit similar to mine, but I'm just gonna tell you as a bit of disclaimer that those are just my own kind of ways of building the warframes, of how I think they are effective and how I like playing them, okay? But I'm also open if you guys have some suggestions. Maybe you guys understand how to build a warframe much better than I do. And okay, let's start with the first. It's gonna be Excalibur Umbra over here. Yep, Excalibur Umbra is just my first ever warframe I ever got in the game. First was of course Excalibur, but now when I got the Excalibur Umbra, I was so invested to build him right. And over here we have the Archon shards. Now I just used 2 yellow and 3 red, but one is just effectiveness on energy orbs. The other is just for melee critical damage, just to give for my this chaos seeds I have, and for my Xarder Uber blade. And the other one is just ability strength, caster speed, and ability strength. With those shards, I just feel like it's more than enough though for me though. The strength is just 280, so I kinda feel like it's enough for me to play the game even on a steel path. I mean, I'm taking Excalibur Umbra on Netra cells and on that new, how it's called? It's from the Warframe 99 update though. I forgot how it's called, but anyway. So yeah, this is the mods I'm using. Steel charge for the melee damage. I also have the Umbral mods. Maybe I'm gonna change Umbra Fiber, I'm not sure though. With probably a duration mode. Maybe even change the former as well. Or maybe I'm just gonna increase the power, but it's very expensive to increase an Umbral mod to the maximum view. I mean, I don't have problem with credits, but mostly it's just the endo. The endo is just always a problem. And I'm also using Fuse Javelin for the buff on the melee damage. I'm also using Chromatic Blade for having 300% status change on my Xarder Blade, because this build is mostly for the Xarder Blade over here. That's what I'm gonna be always using over here. Also using Warful Advance. Warful Advance. My English is kinda broken, but don't blame me, guys. So yeah, I'm just mostly using this subsume for the crits as well. Mostly for the crits. That's what I'm using. I'm not using it for the the heavy attacks. I also can be used for. And also spamming Radiant Javelin for the buff from Furious Javelin as well. I'm also using Arcane Energy, so I don't have problem with energy. And Arcane Fury just to get another melee damage on my melees. Maybe you guys could be using Arcane Guardian or probably Mold Argument over here. Because I don't have rank 5 Mold Argument, I just gonna stay on rank 1. And I have tried a lot to grind to get Phosphor and just use it for try my luck in Lloyd is Arcane Goblin thing. And for the Xarder Umbra Blade, I'm just using this kind of mods, melee exposure, just to get the corrosive stacks and such. Also the Umbral mods over here, the sacrificial actually, just for the Xarder Umbra Blade. I'm using melee elementalists because I'm doing a lot of status damage with around 150 status, plus with the chromatic blade it gives me like around 800% status. So yeah, sometimes I'm just thinking maybe Galvan Elementalist is better than melee Elementalist. I'm not sure because I'm seeing a 90% status damage while Galvanized Elementalist gives 80%. It also gives you 30% status charge for 20 seconds, but at this point I already have far enough status change though, so I don't find it worth it though. At least I'm using Condition Overload just for the extra damage and such. Oh yeah, also I'm using Blast and Toxin. The Blast is just for flexing, it's just my own my own kind of choice of using Blast. I could use Viral though, but I'm just using Blast because I like Blast. Yeah, let's not forget that I'm using over here this green color so I can get the Toxin on my Umbral Blade. As you see, extra Toxin damage and such. Alright, yeah, Companion, I forgot about Companion. Yeah, Companion is just the Darza Kavat over here with the usual, I think most people have the same build. It has Animal Instinct, Taker Hands for 30% Kavat ability duration, Cat Scythe, and Reflect. Yeah, very much that's the build. Add the claws, just bite, venom teeth, magnetic, anything that I had for me for the Kavats over here. Or for any companion though, animal companion, because I think that's universal though. Except for Saturn, which this says Kavat claws. Alright, let's test the build to show you how very strong Excalibur Umbra is. Now, because I'm littering rank 19, the only highest level I can put the enemies is just 125. So I'm also using the Stealth Path and Corrupted Heavy Gunner because those are the most toughest enemies in this game. So yeah, probably gonna just use those. I can't go higher because as I said I'm like 19 rank, Mastery rank 19. Okay, so let's begin. Pulling up the blade, this, and let's go. Yep, just like that, fast and easy. Just clean a whole room of heavy gunners, corrupted heavy gunners though. And I still had enough energy on my deposit over here. Very good, right? And then effective as well. One thing I'm going to use is this Cardra Dedican Eximo. I'm not sure if those things are far more superior than the corrupted heavy gunner, but I wanna test that. Let's test this. They're the Eximus, so they're just much more difficult. Let's just do this quick showcase and see how well we're gonna do that damage. Oh my god. They're far more tough than the corrupted heavy gunner. Gonna keep spamming that. I'm also getting slowed down or something. Okay, at least I'm managing to do some good damage over here. Let's not forget that these guys are just the Eximus variant, so of course they're just more tough than the regular ones. And because I don't have the regular ones, just cut that. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Get back to the usual corrupted heavy gunner unit. I mean, I could even test on Corpus though, but Corpus are literally just the most easiest and glass-like enemies that ever exist though. So yeah, that's why I'm testing the things on corrupted heavy gunners. Despite the high armor and such, it's just the way of seeing how effective a weapon is. Okay, let's go change the Warframe. Now the next one is Burning Hot, which of course is Ember Prime. And for the shards, I have 50% ability strength, casting speed, and effectiveness on energy orbs. Maybe I'm doing mistakes over here with using effectiveness on energy orbs because I have like an arcane energize and such. Probably. Maybe I'm gonna change that eventually. Maybe use a Tau Forge or a regular Crimson Shard for strength. For this one I'm just using more Avgoment, as I said, rank 1, so barely I'm gonna use that for my Warframes. Maybe it's a bit useful even on rank 1, but for me I had no other kind of arcane that I felt it's working nicely though, use with Ember. I even tried using a different one, an alternative method using, what is the arcane? The arcane is this one, Arcane Bellicose, for gain 5% ability strength for every 2050 max health, and then combining that with Arcane Blazing or health pickups plus 60 max health. So it gives you more and more health, as you see. So for this I'm using Healing Flame for getting that overguard ability and such, and for healing myself. Fireball Frenzy just because I had no idea what else to use over here. Maybe another strength mode or something. Probably an intensify mode. I just use this so I can convert my melee to shit. I don't have anything else. Maybe sometime I'm gonna change it. Right now I'm just, you know how everyone plays Ember, Immolation, Fire Blast, and then Inferno for the extra damage, and also using Ignis Weight just to have more stacks of hit. And I don't haven't even just over here invested so much with Ignis Weight though, because I'm just using Ignis as primer to have stacks for Ember. Haven't used it to just eliminate a group of enemies and anything though. Despair is just because I like the kunai. It also gives heat and explosions when you have it with a cannon. Also I'm using Ember with hate because of the mod banning hate, which does extra, or wait, it does 120% more status damage to enemies affected with his status. They become vulnerable to more status damage, so that's why I'm using that. Also Sacrificial Steel because it gives 90 critical chance though. That's the only reason why I'm using this mod. Yeah, Naramon. Yeah, we also have the schools though. Be honest, I haven't even used that much the schools and such. Mostly I will use this, the Naramon, because it gives me the ability to not lose all my combo count on my league weapons. So yeah, I haven't even like invested all that much in schools though. Sometimes I even forgot that you can use your drifter slash operator to do that, but sometimes I'm usually just playing Warframe the classic old days without even operator or the drifter even existed though back then. I'm also using Panzerwupper file over here, as you see. This guy is just running around just to get the viral procs and anything. I don't have Grendel. Some people will use Grendel to have the Nourish on the first, but because I don't have him and I don't plan to getting him though, I just use Panzerwupper file as you see over here. The more viral quills, Puzzle Devolution, Vicious Bone, Calculate Redirection, Fetch, Link, and Pack Leader. And then we go to Panzer Claws, Bite, Magnetic Venom, Teeth, Radon, and Hades Energy. Just anything I just had over here. Okay, let's go back again here. Oops, those are not the Corrupted Heavy Gunner. Those are Nightmare Fuel. We don't want Nightmare Fuel. Okay, there we go, much better. Okay, this, we don't look at the enemies. Let's build this one. I don't know, but I just feel like always filling the meter over here. It's just to give you 90% defense on yourself, resist damage. I think it took me 3 casts of the fourth ability to clean the room. Maybe I didn't even count. Maybe it was 3. Yeah, I think it was 3 or 2. So yeah, because all of the enemies were in the same place, I was able to get the 100% of ability strength increase. So that's why it was far easy to do that. But usually when the enemies are just scattered around and you don't fight them everywhere in one place, I just use the Ignis Wave just to get the extra hit procs and then spam this one and then using the fourth just to do at least a little bit of damage. And whenever they are just on fire, I don't want to use my ability so I don't run out of energy. I'm just using hate to deal more damage because of the burning hate mode I have. Okay, now next up, the next warframe I always like to use Gun Boom, which is Mesa Prime. Mesa Prime, I just haven't invested a lot in Archon Shards with her, so I'm just using an Azure Archon Shard for health. Our maximum energy is filling on spawn as well. And yet again, some people will use Mesa Prime with Nourish over his first ability, and because I don't have Grendel as I said, I'm just using Roar. Yep, that's what I'm using. For the I have like 171 duration and 217 strength. But also I'm using like precision densify because this build is literally centered around for the Peacemaker, the fourth ability of Mesa. Also Mesa words, so I can move around, I'm not being stationary, arcane velocity and arcane energize as well. Alright, and also I like to use Vasto, the standard or the prime, with Mesa because just for the looks. It's literally a fun weapon to mess around, especially with the A-Cannon. The A-Cannon literally just look at those stats, look at that critical chance. I think I need more critical chance. Even critical damage, I was lucky enough to have this Riven mode. So not only I have enough critical chance, but also I have almost nothing in recoil and anything. Suppress is just because I didn't have any other mode to use for 5. That took 5 as well. Maybe I could use another status kind of mod for this, or maybe even use Hornet Strike. Maybe. At some point, maybe I'm gonna do that. Probably. So let's go to the Regulator's Prime. Regulator's Prime I have secondary Merciless because for the Time Bane I don't have rank 5 Cascadia Flare, so I can use it more effectively though. Or his status effect, 12 damage for 10 seconds, stacks up to 480. So for now I just use it secondary Merciless. I could even use like for Mesa actually in Merciless Arcanes. I could also go for the hotspot, I think it's called. Let's go to hotshot, not hotspot. Arcane hotshot, but it's also another difficult arcane to get though. But again, just for how I see though. Maybe for you it's much easier to get that arcane. I don't know. Oh yeah, wait. It's actually 3-7 strength for Mesa. Yeah, it's because of the precision densify. It goes to 270. Now I actually have 300% of strength for Mesa. Okay. Also with Mesa I'm using Case, my Adarza Gavat, not Vupafila. And let's go and get up over here. Use Roar. Use this. Well, it's still good though. The orange crits was because of Case. Case just gave me some crits over here. And now she didn't even use the ability. He used the ability to the cat scythe that gave me extra crit sense, so that's why I was able to get orange crits. It's mostly yellow and a few orange crits as such. Maybe I need to tweak more with rare Jetus though, so I can get those red crits as such. Maybe at some point. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, also with Mesh I'm using Zenuric because it gives me some energy pulse for 50 additional energy over 5 seconds. Well, I also have Wellspring and Harder Wellspring because it gives me like energy and also increasing the ability strength over here for those who are inside. Maybe I'm gonna start using those schools more than Aramon and Zenuric. It's just sometimes all habits are difficult to to leave them though. Alright, now let's go for my fourth Warframe. Which is Ivara Prime. Or Ivara Prime. Ivara maybe. No, Ivara Prime maybe that's the name. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. I don't have any Archon sets for Ivara, so I'm working on that. Maybe I'm gonna need to add more strength, more duration and such, or maybe more casting speed. Yeah, casting speed mostly. So there's two methods I play with Ivara though. The first is Stealth Invis, which I'm using Infiltrate Argument over here, so just for fun, because why not? Also, I'm using Arcane Crepuscular because if Ivara can go invisible with the third ability, and Arcane Rage, which with headshots you get 180% damage to primary weapons, and at least, as far as I know, Artemis Bow is considered a primary weapon though. And of course, precision intensifies, so I'm getting a 262% ability strength. Without it, I would get only 172. With plenty of duration and efficiency, so I can safely spam Artemis Bow and Brawler as well. Now I'm not using all that much the Navigator, although it does seem like a fun ability to use though. Mostly it's just useful as I tried a few times before if you on a, I'm sorry, on an open map though. Weaver, well, rarely using this ability though as well. Anyway, let's go for the Artemis Bro Prime. And this is the build I have for the multi-shot status. Multi-shot status again. With primary merciless for 20 damage. Maybe you guys have a better mod for this one. So yeah, these are the mods I'm using over here. With gas and electricity because I like this combination. And now let's go to damage. The damage is mostly around the other argument that the Vara has, which is the precision arrow. Nothing changes over here aside from the concentrated arrow, which makes the bow, the Artemis bow, not having any multi-shots. That makes it just one arrow. I'm just using only gas over here because why not? Maybe I'll use viral when I'll be able to get a better mod over here. Or wait, do I have? Maybe I have something. Malignant Force. Yeah, yeah. Maybe viral will work as well. Longbow sharp shot. It's just because on headshot you gain 100% damage on your next shot. And yeah, I'm also using Dread because why not? It's a Vara, a bow Warframe with another bow. Of course, I'm using it with in cannon as such. So there we go. There we are. Critical chance 125, 6.6 critical damage, galvanized jabber, just to get a multi-shot. And let's go and test it. Or maybe this time we're gonna use the school as well. The Zenuric school. Okay, there we go. Let's use the school. We go invisible and this. Let's go now. There we go. Nice and fun. Do I not hit? Am I not hitting headshots or something? Oh, that's weird. The way that it seems like I'm not hitting headshots. Whatever. And there we go. Yep. That's the longbow arcane, the only one shot, the headshot bow Artemis build I have. And I even have like enough energy to spare though, as well. Just a fun build. Now let's go to the multi-shot I'm using. Multi-shot kind. Let's go over here. Yeah. Let's spawn them again. Okay, whoop. Okay. Increase and this one. It does need like to shoot twice actually to eliminate the Premier over here, but it's still very useful though for crowd control. Most of the time this is the build I'm using though, whenever I play with Ivara. Also another funny thing I've seen, when you use the navigator, that's the correct one, and then you do this, and you have a line, a line of arrows just flying about. Like, it's really crazy though. Let's see that. Okay, this one, this. There goes the first one, and then you have this. Really funny though, I'm gonna lie. Yep. Shoot the volley, and then you shoot this. And the satisfying sound. Look at that rain. Rain of arrows. Not much multi-shot though, I'm gonna lie. Although of course you need to be a bit more close to do much more damage though with the arrows. So the multi-shot can hit very well. Now let's use navigator and the precision build over here that I have. Well, there was something, I guess. Now with Dread. With Dread it's a bit funnier. Okay, I already the first arrow literally just flew over there. So yeah, it's kind of funny how you shoot this, the multi-shot leaves, and then you get the damage with the actual bow over here, with the actual arrow I mean. Alright. Okay, now this is the funny thing. Navigator, and let's go with this one. The first wave already left. We're just going like this. Just sweeping the enemies over here. Just a vacuum. But now I don't think I'm doing any damage though. Just passing by. So yeah, it's quite funny though, not gonna lie. Doing this and then moving like that. Killing the enemies like that. Oh, I wanted to something. Give me a second. Doing something. Oh, okay. I just pressed the to go faster though. So yeah, this is the Ivara build I'm gonna show you guys. I hope you like this video. I don't have any other Warframes that I like very much aside these four. I'm starting to like Oraxia a little bit though. It's just a very fun kind of Warframe to play. A spider-like Warframe. But not using here all that much though. I only use here like the first week I got here. So yeah, mostly I use Ember, sometimes Mesa, Ivara, and Ubra for the hardest and difficult missions that I play sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully you guys like the showcase I did, and I don't intend like to make this professional kind of video though. That was not my intention. I just wanted to show you guys my top warframes that I use and play, also along with the builds and such. So hopefully you guys like it and subscribe as well. Maybe I'll do some more warframe content with playing different activities, like I said in the intro. Okay, and goodbye. Oh, that's bad.